Hello everyone and welcome to Mr. Patel's economics lesson. In chapter 1 we've already learnt about the function of markets in setting prices, and it's the influence of supply and demand that determine the prices that consumers pay for goods and services. So the big question for today's lesson is how are prices set? So what we're going to be looking at is the market equilibrium. So you can see the example that I've got in front of me here for Candoras. I've got some information here about the quantity demanded and the quantity supplied at different prices. Remember in the previous lessons we learned about the law of demand. Okay, there's an inverse relationship between price and demand. At higher prices, okay, less is demanded. So fewer Candoras are demanded at 250 dirhams compared to 50 dirhams. That's why the demand curve is downward sloping. On the opposite side, we've got the supply curve. Okay, so there's a positive relationship there between the price and the amount that's supplied. So at higher prices, at 250 dirhams, 500 Candoras are supplied because there's more incentive for the supplier to supply their goods at a higher price. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is plot this information in the diagram. Okay, so let's first of all start by plotting the demand curve. So we can see that at a lower price of 50 dirhams, more is demanded. Okay, so let's just quickly plot this information. Okay, so we can see the demand curve is downward sloping. I'll join these up in a second. At a higher price, fewer Candoras are demanded. So let's have a look at the supply curve now. So 50 dirhams is only 100. 200, 250. And again, we can see there with the supply curve, the higher the price, the more willing suppliers are to supply more onto the market. Okay, so having examined the supply curve and the demand curve over the last few lessons, if we combine these two curves together, we get a better understanding of the market. We can analyze the market in a little bit more detail. So from looking at this diagram, we can see that the supply and demand curve intersect. Okay, and the point at where they intersect is known as the equilibrium price. Okay, so the equilibrium price in this example is at 150 dirhams. Okay, and 300 Candoras are sold. So if we just show this on the diagram, we can see here. Okay, so we can see that the equilibrium price, 300 Candoras are produced by the sellers, and at that price they're all sold, okay, to the consumer. So the wishes of the consumer and the sellers are matched at this price. You'll sometimes hear it referred to as the market clearing price, or equilibrium price is also known as the market clearing price because at that price everything that the seller has produced is sold. Okay. If we look at this diagram, we can see also from the data here. Okay, so we can actually find the equilibrium just from looking at the data. We can see that when the quantity demanded is equal to the quantity supplied, we've got an equilibrium price of 150 dirhams.